Well, in the wake of the scandal involving narcotics chief DJ Granville, the Erie County Sheriff's Office has now come under scrutiny for how it disciplines deputies who are found to have committed misconduct. Thanks for rejoining us. I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. Tonight, Two on Your Side investigative reporter Charlie Specht has an update on his efforts to obtain disciplinary records from Sheriff John Garcia. So, Charlie, what can you tell us?
Well, when it comes to transparency in the Erie County Sheriff's Office, it's a case of words versus actions. Sheriff John Garcia says he wants to release disciplinary records of deputies who are found to have committed misconduct, but the chief who handles these records has refused to do so. Even Erie County Sheriff John Garcia acknowledges that his office is not the best at responding to requests made under the state's Freedom of Information law.
We have to get better, okay? We have to get better.
In February, we requested through FOIL a spreadsheet of internal affairs cases that included the name of the employee accused of wrongdoing, the type of case, a description of the complaint, and the outcome. It's a document former Sheriff Tim Howard released a few years ago, but Sheriff's Chief Neil Held, who works for Garcia, denied our request, saying the document could not be located with reasonable effort, and if disclosed would endanger the life and safety of deputies.
It is surprising. I reviewed your request. It seemed very straightforward and specific, and it's information that you've received in the past, so really doesn't seem like a legitimate basis for denying your request.
When questioned last week by Two on Your Side's Ron Plants, Garcia said Erie County has fewer Freedom of Information officers than Buffalo Police, and he plans to hire 2 more in the next budget cycle.
I'm not trying to withhold any information. The problem is this. Is going back when you're doing another job and having to compile all this information, it's very tasking on a sheriff's office that's already spread thin.
But last week, Sheriff's Chief Dan Grasso, the FOIL appeals officer, cited a 1983 court case in his denial of Two on Your Side's appeal, arguing that the records are, quote, abbreviated and narrative with no context and by its nature opinion. Open government advocates like Paul Wolf say that contrasts with the repeal of Civil Rights Law 50A in 2020, which for the first time made police misconduct records open to public inspection.
And there have been several court decisions now that have ruled very clearly that this information is public information, that there is no reason to withhold this information. Unfortunately, the Sheriff's Department doesn't seem to have gotten the message here.
So do you anticipate eventually more disciplinary records will be released?
I'm not against disciplinary records being released. I'm not against anything being released.
Now, we did reach out today to Sheriff spokesman Chris Horvatitz, who sent a statement that read, quote, as we have done in multiple areas since Sheriff Garcia took office, we seek to modernize the way we process FOIL requests. On Your Side, Charlie Specht, Channel 2 News.